Hi there, we're going to be talking about common problems that exist with crow walkers. Instead of just acting like they're the most perfect thing that ever came into being, there are certain challenges that come with these devices. We just want to be honest with you, and so you kind of know maybe some things at least to think about when you wear one. For example, a crow boot has a certain thickness in the sole. So the sole is usually about an inch and a half maybe of a lift. And the reason why that happens is because they have to create a rocker bottom on the front and usually on the end. That helps someone rock through their gait because you're taking away some ankle motion with this device, but you're doing it for a good reason. It's a temporary device anyhow. The problem that comes though is that there is some height to that crow, and so your other shoe might not have that same height. You have to think about that. Things like wearing a shoe with a good sized sole and on the opposite side can help a person that has a crow boot. Okay, so they feel more balanced. That's a really important idea for someone to consider. They can restrict your movement, but it's only done to help you actually. But in the short term, you're not able to walk in the manner that you're used to. That's not necessarily bad. I highly believe in these devices. Just to point out some of the things that are going to change for you, that might be a task sometimes. This is yet another point. When you wear a crow boot, you also should be very cognizant of the cushioning inside of the brace. What do we mean by that? Your body weight's going to travel through, downward, through your lower extremities, through your feet, and it's going to kind of press on the padding that's already existing in a crow boot. So depending on how long you have to wear it, you may need to, we'll just say, re-up on your padding. For example, the part underneath your foot. It's great stuff, but nothing basically lasts forever. We all know that, right? I would have a follow-up appointment set with your orthotist and have them have a look at it. If I had a crow boot, I would do it every month at least. That way they can keep your padding up to date, and that's really great for shock absorption. That's really great for offloading certain spots inside of what they call the plantar surface of your crow boot. And that's the very bottom, what your foot rests on. That's the plantar surface. You got to make sure that padding stays good, because if you don't, the crow might still have value for you, but the cushioning that was there in the beginning is not. So just keep an eye on that. The last thing we want to mention to you about crow boots is it's not necessarily even the boot. It is the person who's observing how their limb is healing. A person with a crow boot, they might not be able to feel everything. Many of you watching already know that. It's not me coming up with a brand new idea. But the point is, just let your eyes tell you how your foot's feeling, because that can go a long way. And almost sometimes it might not have anything to do with the crow boot, but it does have to do with your health. The last thing I just want to tell you is making sure that orthosis, that the crow boot, the brace, is make sure that it's snug. If it's loose, you can kind of slip around in there, and you don't want that. Thanks for watching. That's just a few points to consider on crow boots and some of the problems that happen. It doesn't really, in my experience, happen all that often, but if it does, at least something to think about so you can be prepared if the occasion ever arises. So thanks a lot for watching this video.